Okay, I'm fine as well. Now, today we're going to be continuing with our topics. So, lastly, we finished up fractions. Now we're going to be going on to the next three: estimation, standard form, and simultaneous equations. These three are going to be finished today because these are very, very basic, simple topics. We'll go over them. I'll explain a question. If it's clear, tell me, then we can go over some more of the same practice problems. Okay? Uh, Firstly, we have estimation. Now, whenever you get a question saying estimate, so whenever you get a question there saying estimate, they are not asking for the exact answer. What does that mean? For example, sometimes or some students do or assume that these questions mean this. For example, if we have the question 4.8 times 9.3 and the questioner says estimate the answer, you don't have to do this. Like the answer is not supposed to be, okay, I'm going to take 4.8 and 9.3. I'm going to multiply them together and I'm going to get a decimal number. No, that's wrong. What you're meant to do is you have to take an estimation of each of those numbers. So 4.8, that is really close to 5. So we'll say, okay, it's estimated to be about 5. Okay. And 9.3 is close to 9. So we'll estimate that at about 9. And we have 5 times 9, that is equal to 45. So our estimated answer is 45. Now again, that's not the exact answer, but that's also not what the examiner asked us. They said estimate the answer. So if we also find out the actual answer, I think I have a calculator here. So the answer would be 4.3 times, 4.8, 9.3. We'll get 44.64. That's really close. So again, they're asking the estimated answer, not the exact answer. So that's the concept. Whenever they say this, you don't have to start doing the multiplication. For example, in another question, some students mix this one up really badly. Like let's say you have 19.3 or 19 point, let's say 9 times 4.97 divided by 10.123. Now, some might think, okay, this is a 2-mark question. Why is this so, why is it so complicated? And why is it also in paper 1, like a non-calculator paper? Well, again, you don't have to give them the exact answer. You have to give them an estimated answer. So over here, 19.9, any issue with telling what's 19.9 close to? Yep, 20. And what is 4.97 close to? 5. And what is 10.123 close to? 10. So you simplified your question. So 10, 20 times 5, that's 100. Divided by 10, your answer would be, your estimated answer would be 10. Is that clear? Okay. Let me give you 2 questions for this. And basically, yeah, that's the concept for this. It's not that difficult. Some just make, some just make, misinterpret the question. Question 2 and 3, we have, okay, 3.2 times 18.7 divided by 5.1. Okay, do that one, and other one will be the square root of 48.6 times 3.1. Do these two, then tell me. Let's take the questions down. Okay, first tell me what were the steps that you did for question 2? Okay. To 9 or 19? Okay, 19. Okay, and 5. Okay, and after that, what do you get? 57 divided by 5. Okay, then. Okay. Again, your working was correct, but they're asking the estimated answer. Now, it's not necessary that you always have to just go one number up, one number down. No, that's not the case. Like in this case, someone could have written down 18.7 as 20, because don't want to get like a decimal answer. You want to get a proper whole number answer. So if you took 20, that will give you 60 divided by 5. That will give you 12 as the estimated answer. So it's not a must thing. Okay, I always have to just take one number. I can only go one number up or up one number down. No, you can go one number, two numbers, depending on like the contact, for example. And also, like, what do I take these numbers as that I like get a whole number at the end? Like if I took this as 19, if I took this as 17, I would still not get a whole number. Okay. Or there's also something else. If you estimated 18.7 as 19, you got 57. You could have estimated 57 as 60. Okay, and then you could written down 60 divided by 5. That would give you 12. Is that clear? Okay. And for the third one, 49, okay, and 3.1 and 2, 3, okay, and you got 147, okay, and taking the square, what do you get? No worries, let's see. I think I have some more questions here as well. Yeah, okay, let's first clear this up. So again, we have to really get this concept that they're not asking us for the exact square root, not the exact answer. So even if I say, okay, let's say I take this as 50, okay, or 49, 50 does not matter because we're still giving them the exact answer. And I take 3.1 as 3, okay, that's 150, okay. But sir, we don't have any direct, like we don't get a whole number if we take the square root of 150. Yeah, but we're not going to take 150 as the answer. Now, well, suppose what's 13 squared? It's 169. What's 12 squared? It's 144. So the closest that we have is 12. So that will be our estimated answer. That's what I'm referring to again and again. It's the estimated answer, not the exact answer. So there's sometimes I think they also give you a range. Like if you have a question of estimation that many students could have chosen 49, some could have chosen 50, and you may have gotten, let's say, a range of answers. Like someone could have gotten 13, someone could have gotten 11. Then they would give you a range. Okay, answers between 11 and 13 are correct. So even if two students wrote two entirely different answers, they would still get the mark for them because, again, it's estimation. Does that make sense? Okay, let me give you another one here. It's the word problem, question number 4. A car travels 298 kilometers using 9.7 gallons of fuel. Estimate the fuel consumption. Again, this will be a 3-mark question in miles and kilometers per. Okay. Do this question again. Just make sure to see they're asking you an estimate, not the exact answer. Tell me the steps. What was the first step? Yep, 300. Then, okay, and what do I do with these? Should I divide them, multiply them? Okay, 300 divided by 10, and that would be 30 kilometers per gallon, or yeah, 3 kilometers per gallon. Yeah, correct. Again, it's an estimated answer, not the exact. Let me give you 2 more last one, then we can move on to standard forms. Okay, question 5 and question 6. see, estimate again. So we have 99.4, okay, times 4.8 squared divided by 23.7. Okay, and the last one, a rectangle. You can start doing the fifth one, so then I write down the last question. What's for the fifth one? Tell me the working step by step. Okay, correct. Then 25. Okay. And but before that, again, your answer is correct, but we have to show them where did we get the 25 from. We have to first show them that okay, we took 4.8 as 5 squared, and then we got the 25. Okay, and after that, 23. Okay. And then we get 100, that's 10. Okay, correct. 25 divided by 23. Okay, and that would be 250 divided by 23. And again, we have to now estimate, okay, I can take 23 as 25. So 250 divided by 25, that will give me 10. Is that clear? Okay. And for the sixth one, or the steps? Okay, let me just make the actual triangle or rectangle here. That, okay, the length is 11.8, and you have this as 4.93. Okay, so we took 11.8 as 12 then. Okay, so 5, and then we get 60, correct then? Oh, no worries. We'll see this. Now, firstly, look over here. They told us that, okay, each triangle has this length and that width. Okay, so we first have to calculate the area for each triangle. That's roughly 60. Estimated it's about 60. Now, they said they need a number of triangles to fill an area of 297. Now, we don't know, we need to find out, okay, how many triangles would it take to fill in this spot? Now, again, we have to estimate this to be, let's say, around 300. Okay, so we have 300 as our total, and now we have to divide that by the amount of area, the area of one rectangle. That's 60. So this is the total, and that is the area for one rectangle. So we divide them, and we can see we'll get 5 rectangles as our answer. Again, estimated rectangles. Does that make sense? Okay. Now let's see the next topic. Let me 27. Okay, one second. Let me change this a bit. Okay, do this one. This is the last one. Then we'll move on to standard form. Okay, let's see. Okay, tell me what were the steps? What did you do first? Okay, then divided by 5. 2, yeah, 2. Okay, then 7, then Okay, and lastly, 5/3. Okay. And what do we get from this calculation over here? And that would be 30. Okay. And the next one, and that would be 7. Correct. And the end, you can write down that as 210. Does that make sense? Okay. Now let's move on to the next one.